Hello, hello! I have a pu'er cake here and a needle because I want to open this brand new cake and put it into this jar for storage. I don't even know if it actually fit into this, but I thought this is a good opportunity to do a short T-snap and show you how to break a pu'er cake, a bincia, for storage. So what I do now, I just bring the camera closer to the table so that you can have a closer look at how this works. Here we are. Okay, that's not the purpose. This is actually because I wanted to have a pu'er in this pot today, and then I had already two different Sheng, so I was calling it a Sheng day, and I took this other here. The tea is a cake from Shanghai that was wrapped in 2013. So what I'm going to do now is opening up the cake for the first time, and this is really meant for storage. So it's for when you want to open a cake, to break it in pieces, but hopefully without breaking the leaves, and put it into a container for storage, and anytime you want you take out a little bit for brewing it. So the way I like to do that is the following. I try to do an even surface here, and then I take my needle and I pierce all the way around, right in the center, like this. So in the center of the height of the cake here, right in the center, and I pierce it through towards the middle of the cake. Like this. And I do it many times going around the cake. Be mindful to not pierce your fingers. Like this. So maybe every inch, every 3 centimeters, I do pierce the cake. Like this. I try really to stay in the center of the disc of the cake, like this. And I'm almost gone all the way around, so I pierce it another little bit, like this. And I do the same from the inside here, from the inside out. Just a tiny bit, because my needle is not long enough to reach the very center, so I pierce it also a little bit, just from the inside out. Like this. This is a cake from Shanghai that we were selling on the tea house in Berlin. It was never online, I think. And I had just one last cake that I decided to inaugurate today. Alright, so by the time you have gone all the way through, then the cake should almost break into two halves. If it does not, you have to pierce it another little bit, as I'm doing it right now. Let's see. Just be mindful of your finger. Alright, there we go. I feel already it start breaking up, and we should be very close. You see? Now I have the two halves here, and since the leaves are pressed in layers, more or less like this, then this way you break the least number of leaves. And then once you're done that, it really depends on the size of your container. You see that I have a very narrow opening here, so I have to be a little bit careful about how I do that. Let's see if it's everything. Yeah, it's everything in the camera. And then you can simply move it a little bit around like this to minimize the breaking of the leaves, and just break different chunk of leaves. You can also search for a good spot that is a little bit softer, like here. Then it's easiest to break, so that you don't have really to force it too much. And you move forth and back while pulling sidewards, like this. Like this. And you continue until you have the size you want. And then you start filling it in your pot. In this case, in your container. You see, it's kind of easy to break it without breaking the leaves. Like this. And this is something you want to do, for example, either if you plan to drink that tea in a short time. It also enhances a little bit the speed of the storage, just because more leaves are exposed to air. And I see that my container might not be large enough, but I could just use these for some of the leaves, and then the other I leave them in the wrap. Like this. So you continue this way until you have everything broken up, and then you're pretty much done. So let's turn this back into position. Here we go. That's it, actually. That's the way you break a cake. At least that's the way I do. You can do it in many different ways, but I think that this method is the one that helps you to minimize the rupture of the leaves. I hope you have enjoyed this tea snap. If it's the case, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!